Uh,
Okay, sorry, folks. I
well,
never
in
pressed the
fairness,
start
I'm not.
recording. So, yeah, we are where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll be about as confused as we are, so it's grand.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, look, bar the recap, and basically the body was there. Owen spent a night in his office while they were off doing all the stuff they were doing the last
yeah, yeah,
episode,
Yeah.
and he's finally come back to deal with the body, and DJ's just showed up at the house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I was gonna say that, like, but the last time that I saw Archibald was yesterday. I got in contact with my friend Robert, who Archibald keeps telling me is dead. Um, but I spoke to him, so I don't know what to believe. Went to his house. Um, no sign of anyone being there for weeks. And his phone had been disconnected a couple of days, so I don't know who I spoke to on the phone. So I said the best bet was to come back here and try and find you. To be perfectly honest, I Robert had left me a note, um, saying that he had been in contact that he had basically teamed up with you guys, but said that you were kind of the only one to trust. So I said safest bet was to come back here.
well, if Robert says so, uh, do you talk to him on the phone?
I talked to him on your phone. I rang him on your phone here, and he
Was
told he told me not to trust anyone. But equally, I don't know who I spoke to because I rang his phone number back in Rockbury Port. He answered it, but then I found out later that I couldn't possibly have gotten through to his phone,
hmm.
so I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I would throw out all previous assumptions of what's rational uh, now. Uh,
Yeah.
did you happen to see anything in the apartment with Archibald after I left?
Uh, you mean behind this door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. He seemed.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't me.
Well, I saw you running, but I did see him standing over her body. Adamant he did not had nothing to do with it.
Well, I
For
mean,
some
I'm
reason, we
wearing.
decided to believe him.
The
I mean,
reason you believe, sorry, the reason you believed him was because when you were staking out the place, you saw what you thought
Oh
was through a
yes,
gap through the curtains. You thought you saw Robert having an
yes,
argument with Root in the
yes,
room.
yes.
Yeah, and then she had
So,
said she'd seen Robert
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Robert or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
So you
well,
know
I'm.
when
yeah.
Ben and Andy had left the apartment, she was still alive, and when they came
Yes, yes,
back, you
yes.
followed them up the stairs, and
Yeah,
she was dead.
yeah.
Yeah. She says, yeah, well, I'm wearing the same clothes I was wearing
You
yesterday, and
haven't changed at all.
he's like, I don't think nobody could do. I couldn't have done what was done to that poor girl, and
Is she
not
still here?
gotten a speck on me.
Yeah,
Is
Did
no,
is
Archibald?
her
Did he
body still
get rid of
here?
the
Just
body?
no, no, the body's there still.
okay.
Oh, fuck.
You're, yeah,
He's the fucking.
Owen's definitely got mad. He's just not seeing it now. He's just
Actually,
like,
do you
Yeah,
know what? No, do you know what is after happening? In after they left DJ and whatever, they came and they took Ruth's body out, and it's in the van with Archibald's body. So you don't know where
okay,
that. So the body's gone, but they didn't really do a great job cleaning up. There's a lot of blood, but the body's gone.
yeah,
okay,
Yeah, I think they would have. I think they would have done that in their day that they came back.
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Well, um, I might have to
I'd say,
re-wallpaper in here.
Lost your deposit anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I lost my security deposit. Oh
it was in here we
fuck.
got the book, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll just let Owen know that. Look,
Oh, sorry. It was in.
Arch-
It was in this
Is
over
this
here. It was in this.
little bureau or
Yeah,
whatever?
over,
Yeah.
over by the
yeah, yeah.
carpet. Yeah.
I think
I'd
he's
say,
gonna
look,
suddenly think of the book and he kind of rushes over to and sees it's
yeah.
kind of jimmied and he's kind of pulls out one of the drawers. He's like, oh fuck, oh
All
fuck.
right, look. Look, it's okay. Archibald has it. Archibald has the book.
Okay, 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 okay. I got the body in the van. Wait, did you say you saw that? Did he say that he saw when he
No, I
was
haven't said it
absolving
yet.
me? He hadn't said that.
I
Swear
I haven't said it to you.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
I say it to Andy then?
You
I
did.
think I
You said it to them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Doesn't
That's why you
yeah,
didn't
so-
believe that Andy when Andy was saying
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
dead,
He's saying okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and that's
I
why you
didn't do
rang
it.
him.
Look, I can vouch for Archibald. He's a
look,
bit he can be, he's the guy's a cop. He can be a bit of a prick maybe, but sometimes, but he's straight.
look,
I know that.
To be fair, as crazy it'll make me sound, and I'm having a hard time believing it, I think I saw Robert that night in your apartment, arguing with what's her name again?
Root.
Ruth. Now, I don't know what to believe because the following morning I rang him, and I rang him in Rockery Port, and he answered. Now when we got there, obviously as I said, he couldn't possibly have, so I don't know who I spoke to or who I saw.
Well, look, all I know is, and like I said, what I knew to be true about the laws of nature have been challenged somewhat in the last couple of weeks. But I saw Robert die. He had a big old hole through him. So if something's walking around and walking and talking like Robert, then
Gotta
it's
be
something
duck.
that looks like Robert, but I don't think it's your friend or the guy that I came to know as a friend.
I'm starting to believe that something is amiss. That look, something's not right. And if you're saying that he's dead, maybe he is dead, but I still saw him, so I don't know what I'm seeing.
Well, considering that we got and I'm not sure how much of the night you remember, but considering we got attacked by something that looked pretty dead in a graveyard, and I've seen people that used to look like people that now look like fish people, then these fuckers could, I don't know what they could do to a human body, living or dead.
Yeah.
Black fucking magic. Or some weird kind of science.
Weird science.
Well, all I know is I need to cut back on this moonshine. Start seeing things.
I think I gotta start drinking. I'm starting to see what my father saw in hitting the bottle. Well, fuck.
So where was it we were going when we finished up the last session, Phil? We're heading to the hypnotherapist office.
You've done the hypnotherapist office, and he told you that he'd meet you again. He gave the party an address for a location to meet tomorrow.
Okay.
So you have the date yourselves.
Okay.
And what's the keys and
That's
the
just
combination with
he-
Robert? That's more
he-
personal. That's not.
he said there was money or if resources if anything happened to him.
Yeah. Not. Yeah,
What was
not
in
a
the
lien or
letter
anything.
was Robert had been contacted with a telegram by Abigail Rhodes, who wanted him to value. She'd sent him some coins, and she was asking about a valuation. But the coins are the reason Robert actually stayed the course with Innsmouth was he recognized the coins as the coins that were started finding around the place, and that they were gold. And they're the ones that were found on the island, the shipwreck at the start, and all that. So he was really fascinated by where all this gold, because it was good quality gold. I know he'd never recognized these coins, but it was good quality gold. And he is an ex-con, so he was quite interested in that's the very one.
He's yeah.
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 So that was his thing, and he probably mentioned in passing to Edmund that about the coins, and Edmund had a friend who wanted him to translate a Latin document, and Rhodes's name sort of was cropping up a bit between Abigail and the other Rhodes. They seem to be what's not
Yeah.
necessarily at the
Oh,
center.
there
of it.
was Edmund's friend. Did they chase that lead down?
No,
Did they go
no.
and meet Edmund's friend? Okay.
No.
Well, it would be known, I think, to the rest of them,
Yeah,
or at least from his ramblings when he was
Yeah.
afflicted with that
Now,
condition.
Edmund's
Owen
friend.
speaks Latin.
Yeah. Edmund's friend had mentioned Rhodes as well. That he was going to ask him to translate the thing, but he wanted a second opinion from Edmund. So there is a lead there between the Rhodes at the university, and obviously it wasn't something you asked Rhodes the last time you were at university. Well,
No.
not obviously, but you didn't bring that up.
Yeah.
So and it was obviously something he wasn't going to volunteer, because if he was working
Yeah.
on the side doing the translation, he's not going to blurt it out to you guys. So you have no one's traced down that lead of either Abigail Rhodes and the coins, or Dr. Rhodes and the translation letter. And you don't know, Edmund assumingly maybe possibly knew where Charles Grant was staying, but that information died with Edmund.
With it, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. So
you need to find him, I suppose. You need to find.
well.
And Charles
get
Grant had mentioned the coins as well to Edmund, that he had some of these
Yeah.
coins. So
Well, this whole thing started with those coins on the island, and the people from Innsmouth, when they wanted them back, they seemed to be trading them with Hamo O'Leary and the mob, and shipping some stuff out. God knows where. Some stuff going to Ireland. I mean, I can get us. I can get us a meeting with Rhodes. I don't know whether he knows more than he's letting on, or if he's
Well,
just, Rhodes is the resident weird stuff expert.
Yeah, well, I'll just say that, like, in the note that I was left, that Robert mentioned Abigail Rhodes and coins and stuff, so I'm happy to follow that up. He did mention that if he wanted resources, that his safe in Rockbury, there's a key and a code to it in my sister's apartment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
If we want some more resources, if we need more resources, it's entirely up to you.
Robert. I mean, yeah, he knew more about this kind of stuff than.
And the only thing is, if
than me
there is,
anyway.
if Robert is still strolling around, or a Robert, or some sort of Robert, then resources mightn't even be in the safe.
I don't want to alarm anything, but or you, but maybe we should warn your sister that if she sees Robert,
It might not be
maybe,
Robert.
I mean, we don't have to go into details, but maybe just,
Yeah.
don't engage, don't be alone with him.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
We don't
bet.
have to say that he's a zombie or some kind of an abomination, but
I would
maybe
ring her, but
he's-
I don't necessarily trust your phone after the phone call I made yesterday for the line to be clear. Or...
no. No. Anyway, Abraham Lincoln might pick up, so or some other dead man. So yeah,
So do you want to head to
Um,
Rockbury Port?
I think I'm
My
gonna stick
sister's
to
apartment.
letters. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um,
Let's go see your sister, because I don't
is there anything you
want
to
any
bring with you from
more
your apartment?
innocent people getting hurt.
Is there anything you want to bring with you from your apartment when before we leave?
Yeah, the shotgun.
That's probably a good
Um,
idea.
And some
Peter's not armed. He's not.
some new underwear.
2 seconds.
He has no gun, I think.
If not, you take my handgun. He'll give you. Owen will give you his handgun if you're not.
Okay.
Okay, so what type of gun is that? Sorry, I just. Oh, I
He
can see a sheet.
has-
I can open up your sheet. I can see the two of them here.
Yeah.
Actually, can I
It
drag
might be a
from one to the
32.
Uh,
Oh, that's because I'm clicking on something
Yeah, you have a .38 revolver.
Oh,
Okay. Can I do this now? Can I drag from one to the other? Let me see this there.
I'll close my sheet to see.
No, you're fine. Okay, 2 seconds there. What happened there?
Owen's going to reluctantly go into the bedroom and get a change of clothes.
Combat. You don't have a combat skill. Oh, 20. It's 20. Everyone's 20. 22.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is
Fucking 220.
trained
Right, 20.
beyond them.
Okay, so DJ, you should now have a gun in your inventory. And I'll just delete
Yeah, a .38 revolver.
Yeah, and I'm just going to delete that from Robert. Okay, so yeah. Right, okay, so how are you going to get to Rockbury Port? Or not Rockbury Port, whatever the fuck the name of the place is. So we have the map
I think
set.
it's Rockbury Port, isn't it?
Rockbury Port. I keep it's not Rockbury Port. Rockbury Port is the one where I know I keep calling it Rockbury Port. It's in
It was
Lovecraft
either
Country.
Rockport or Rockfort.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Was
I
it?
have it here. I have it.
It's on
there's
the
a map,
the big map that we started with.
Newburyport. Sorry, Newburyport. It's up north.
Report.
Oh no, I was
No.
thinking of something else.
Yeah, is Rockport is over where
lighthouse.
the
Yeah,
lighthouse
I've
was. Yeah.
used residence
I
down
thought
as,
it was
as
that
Rockbury
place.
Port, but changed to Newbury.
I
That's
don't
my fault,
think
it's Newburyport.
I think I decided that Owen doesn't have he has no real reason to leave Arkham. You know, it's the bigger city. He doesn't
Yeah.
really have any.
No.
And if he is going somewhere, he gets the train. If he has to go to a conference or whatever.
Yeah.
So, in the words of Dylan Moran's character in Shaun of the Dead, you know, I don't see the point of owning a car in London.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think he's
Yeah.
he doesn't often venture far from his apartment or the
Yeah.
university.
Well, we still have the what's it called? Don't we? We can incur expenses, can't we, from that other job?
Oh, I think we say the van or AKA the
Well,
hearse.
the hearse is gone. You don't know where it is. You know vehicle.
Yeah.
If you're going to go, you can get a taxi and you can get you can get receipts for it if you want, and hopefully, but you'll need to have the money in advance. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously to pay the taxi driver.
Oh,
Yeah, look, we'll
yeah.
just get a
Owen's
taxi.
got a,
I think I've
What's
still
that?
got money.
Do you don't know if you have that sort of money on you?
I don't know how does it. I don't know what the.
I've
I
$36 in cash.
don't remember
apparently.
the exact. Okay, Owen's got 60 in cash and
Okay, it's
spending level of $10, and then
okay. I'll have to check that out.
1500 acid.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it's the spending level is like. I'm trying to remember the video tutorials that Donica had sent on. I think it's like the spending level is. You don't have to like calculate the cash
No.
unless you go over. So if it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, it's like Owen's got a bit of money, so his spending level's like $10. So so you don't have to worry about like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go get a pack of smokes.
Is
you
there like a
don't have to
bus or
deal
a
with
train or
pennies.
anything?
There is a train
Yeah.
from Arkham.
Okay.
I was just checking that on the Arkham map. There is a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Owen's happy to get a train.
I'll get a train.
Okay.
Depends on.
Yeah, the next train
Not be that
is
long.
the next train is going to be in about 2 or 3 hours,
Okay.
and it's going to take an hour and a half, or it's going to take 2 hours to get there.
And what's that? What time is it now? It's morning time now.
It's
isn't
about it's morning enough. It's early enough. Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So you'll be
I
there
reckon-
for the afternoon.
And we can stay in Robert's apartment, right? If we're there.
I don't know about Robert's apartment. I'm sure wherever DJ lives, he lives
Yeah.
up there. Sometimes.
Oh, you live in
His-
Newbury, yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon we just head to the train station so and. I don't
Okay.
stop
Yeah, I
for,
mean,
like,
if we have
coffee
time,
in a
like
diner on
if
the
you
way.
wanna, while we're waiting for the train, the university is just around the corner from Owen.
Go and
If you
speak
want to see
to,
if Rose is there.
yeah.
But that's up to you.
Yeah, I'm happy with
If
that.
we're waiting for the train anyway.
Like,
Yeah.
or we go up to, or like, I know we're going up to like Warren Jewel or whatever, but we're only realistically going up there to get like funds, which probably won't really need because we're probably going to die anyway.
Hmm. Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, there might be something in Roberts.
Yeah.
We never know, you know.
But we searched Robert's apartment and there was nothing there unless it's something in the safe. Like as you said, like something like a note or something in the safe or like.
Well, at the moment, I think we're kind of chasing the coins, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you
Or we
wanna go
spend a
speak-
couple hours doing our best to try and clean up the blood.
Yeah, you have the train is not going to be till it's the lunchtime train. It's 12:30. It's going to be leaving Arkham and it's going to be getting in, before the end of work into
Yeah.
Newbury. So you have 2 or 3 hours to kill you. At the moment.
Yeah, we're right on the corner from the university. So do you want to go try and speak to Rhodes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll So you'll have seen the reason why obviously the rooms are. That's not necessarily actually. I'm going to actually clear the fog of war. Well, so because you can obviously see there's the seats and stuff, but it's actually remembering the map as from the last time you visited there. But just because it's showing a table or chairs or whatever, that doesn't mean that there isn't people in them in those areas. It's just it remembers the architecture, but it doesn't actually show you whether there's people or not. So it's probably nearly better to just actually clear the fog of war on that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you're in. That's Rhodes's door, office door. If you remember right.
Before it just say like I mean, what are we? I don't know. What are we looking for from Rhodes here? Before I go in asking questions.
This is Dr. Rhodes, no, this isn't Abigail Rhodes, is it not?
No, it's her husband.
Her husband.
And
then that to believe is she a historian or something? If she was looking, or was it? Oh no, sorry. She was looking to have the coins appraised.
Ben, roll me a spot hidden there, please.
Just we're going in and asking about a man's wife, in the 1920s. Yeah, so what's your wife doing in her spare time?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's taking a minute there for my. That is weird. Why am I?
Oh, is it not working for you?
No, it's all my skills.
Oh, yeah, we discovered
the
this
names
last
have gone
week.
off them, yeah.
We don't know, but I was going to say Owen. Mikey, you found there is a way to get them back.
Yeah, so go to your skills and see where it says A to Z with the arrow pointing down next to luck.
Yeah.
Click that.
Oh, I just did it for you. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird.
Why? It was very strange.
Yeah. Because this is actually how it was before, I think, anyway.
Yeah, you actually use said field that they had done an update or something.
Yeah. So it seems to have updated.
And that was the weird thing. Do you remember it wouldn't or at least on mine it wouldn't because the way you could you could tick something for skill improvement.
Oh yeah, it still doesn't do that for us now.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah, it won't untick it for some reason. So
actually, that's
manually of what I have.
Well, it's saying science, spy hidden, and listen. You've already done so. If you want to, and same with you, Mikey. If you've any of them that are yellow, if you want to try and roll for them. Okay, so
no, but the thing is,
I don't know actually because it
they
didn't mark last time.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was marked, but I couldn't. Oh, where it's gone now again. No, the thing is, they were filled in from before, like I did zoology and all those, and I rolled and I improved them, but I can't I can't get rid of the yellow.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so I'm just trying to keep. I'm just keeping track it in my notes manually, so I don't accidentally,
If you double click on them,
do more improvements.
If you double click on them, they clear. I've just cleared them for you there now.
Oh, cheers.
Not unlock them. Don't unlock it. When it's locked, you double click on them. So you've actually passed the spot hidden test there, with 3
Mm.
stars. So double click spot hidden so that you'll know that it's
It
set.
says if
That's
I
what
double click on it that it's XP getting disabled.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe if
I have to do it.
Hmm.
Let me do it. So,
maybe they don't want the players having
yeah,
control
yeah.
because
So yeah,
you could say, "Oh yeah, I
yeah.
did all those."
Okay, I'll do that. So for you.
Cheers. Oh God, hang on, my
Yeah, there. So spot hidden. You've passed your spot hidden.
Why is this? Yeah, sorry, the science skill has gone all weird. It was in a drop down, and zoology and all those were separate, but now it's just put it into one, which is annoying.
Oh, I just see science. Yeah, can you?
Oh yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's just reading
Yeah.
science. Oh no, because biology and botany are there.
Oh yeah,
separately.
yeah.
I don't see zoology. That's weird. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so
So that
don't
was
worry,
a
you won't be
success
doing
anyway,
any.
yeah.
You won't be doing any zoology tests. So you passed the spot hidden. So you notice somebody at the door over here. You can see someone's looking through the crack of the door. You know, through the hinge, over here. Someone's looking through the door at you.
This one over here. Sorry, my
Yeah,
character
from the
was in way.
from the main auditorium
Mhm.
where you gave your
Okay.
presentation. So there's someone you can see an eye looking through the hinge at you.
He's gonna just he's gonna slowly walk. Why can I not move him? Can't move Owen for some reason. What's happened there?
No, I can move him. That was me. I'm able to move him.
I can move. Try arrows, Ben.
Weird.
The D-pad. See if it works. Yeah.
No.
You haven't selected anything up the top left. Are you on the character symbol and the square? You know, the top two.
Yeah, yeah.
Token controls and select tokens should be
Yeah.
highlighted.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll delete you. Sometimes this happens. If I delete
Weird.
you off it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then just throw you back onto it again, and we'll
Sorry
see.
about that, Phil. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not you. It's the fucking it's the interface. It's a bit ropey for some reason or other. Okay.
I was just saying to someone yesterday that I was having a good it's working.
it's
that
working,
I was having a good experience with Foundry.
Yeah, it's still a bit.
Owen is just gonna walk, beyond the door, like up this way,
Yeah.
kind of nonchalantly, and then try and come back down the way quietly and just burst through the door.
Well, you don't have to
just kinda-
burst. You can actually probably see the door is sort of open a bit. You actually probably can see who's looking there.
No, but like
Oh, yeah.
just like open the door,
Yeah.
but just sort of like
Oh, yeah.
something that just suddenly,
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and now I may be heard, I don't know, but because he try and tiptoe
Yeah.
back the way and suddenly open the door, so he might have to try be.
Stealthy.
What is it? Is this?
There's a stealth in there.
There is, yeah.
Something like stealth. Oh, there is up there. Give it a go. I'm sure he'll be a big lummox. Yeah.
So you crash through the door,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah.
see.
Spilling in.
And you go, hello, Dr. Ratigan, isn't it?
Jesus is going to dramatically jump in front of the door.
Oh, yeah, it is. Excuse me, I am not so sure-footed anymore. Old age.
Yeah, it's a terrible
My
thing.
friend of mine keeps telling me to get a cane, but I don't know if I'm ready yet to accept that.
Oh, I'd say you are ready for that.
Have I seen you?
Yes, yes, we met before a couple of days ago when you started all that commotion with that police friend of yours. I'm Dr. Rhodes' research assistant.
Oh, yeah. Is he in?
Abigail. Yes, he's in his office, I believe.
Oh, well, very good. I was, I was gonna go see him, but I thought that I left my my backup
Your
pair
cane,
of
is
glasses in the lecture hall. But my cane.
Yeah.
But I can't find them. I was just gonna have a look around the lectern in case maybe I dropped them or something.
Yes.
You know, clumsy old man.
Yes. Is that strange policeman friend is not with you today?
Oh, well, I don't know if I'd say friend, but I don't know. I was talking to Dr. Rhodes, and he had his own reason, you know, and I told him where his office was. You know, I had met him, down at the bar. You know, it's what do the Irish and cops have in common? You know,
Corruption.
very good. Why are you spying on me? huh?
Oh, I'm not spying on you. I'm just I'm just getting some stuff ready for a lecture that the good doctor is giving this afternoon in here, and
Oh,
I'm just getting his notes ready for him.
very good. Oh yeah.
I,
Okay.
I must, yes, and with that, that reminds me, I must. And she starts walking up towards the lectern side of it.
If you see my glasses, you know.
Yes, yes, I'm sure they really are here somewhere.
Hmm. Oh well, I will see you around, Mrs. Waits. Oh, what?
No, that's not my name.
Is that not
No, it's
Acenth Waits? No.
yeah. Oh yeah, what's her fucking name?
Oh,
Um,
wait. It's
no,
White.
no. She goes. That's my maiden name. I'm a married woman. I'm Darby, is my name. My surname. Alicent Darby.
Oh yeah, I think I I had written Waits down, but
It is
I
actually
feel like
her name is
oh, it's
Alicent Waite,
probably
but yeah, she goes. She's married to your man Darby,
yeah,
the poet laureate
but
of the university.
yeah, yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, big fan of your husband's work.
Yes. He was commenting on your presentation about last week. He was found it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
He nodded.
Fanciful, huh? Who would believe it?
Yes, very interesting. A bit of the poet yourself, sort of the imagination
yeah.
of a poet.
Maybe more of a horror story, huh? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go see Dr. Rhodes now. You have a good day, ma'am.
Yes, Toodle Pip.
That's England, you motherfucker, bitch. Fucking,
Yeah.
DJ, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm not very good at being discreet.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong guy. His hands are trembling from the lack of moonshine.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'll try. Look, I'll try.
They got their eyes on us.
Actually, first thing to do, I suppose, is the door locked?
You're gonna. How are you gonna ascertain
think-
that?
I pressed
Well, I
the
think
door.
Well, actually, this is. I would say that I'll probably not, because I think he said he was in there.
It's too late. I've already opened the door.
Oh, okay.
So you open it. So he goes. Yes. Can I help you? Do you not knock where you're from?
I did not. Did you not hear it?
Don't be flippant with me now. Are you one of my students? Coming here looking to get a pass on me to pass you on a grade.
I know.
Owen Abu said he's at Dr. Rhodes. If I don't actually know if this was one of your students, I think you'd be in serious trouble.
All right again. How are you?
Oh, I'm I just took a little tumble. Maybe it's time to get a cane.
Yes. Unfortunately, time waits for no man or woman or anybody else.
Yeah.
Come in anyway. Don't be standing out in the corridor.
Sorry, I won't take up too much of your time. You're lovely.
Okay, do me a spot hidden.
Research.
The two of you do me a spot hidden, please.
Yeah, you're a
I'm gonna
lovely
stick myself.
research assistant, Miss Darby. She said you were here, but that she was preparing a lecture for you, so I won't keep you too long.
So I got an 11.
Oh yeah, and Mikey, you noticed Darby is up the door here, looking through the door here at the crack, through the gap,
Sorry, 1 second. No.
up to the top, up north there.
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth.
Ace
Ace, sorry, what did I call her?
Darby, but she's
Yeah, Wyatt,
I thought
Darby.
Hyacinth
Yeah,
was
she's
Wyatt.
up there.
Yeah.
The research assistant
Yeah.
is up there, is gone back to looking through a crack at the door again at you.
Yeah.
And as you said, after Rhodes goes, says, no, I have no presentations today. Thankfully, I'm done for the week with my students.
Oh. Well, maybe.
I don't know, she's always hanging around as that one. Come in, young chap, as well.
I have noticed.
Yeah. Yes,
Well,
if you
this
have-
is my friend. Who? Well, I don't know if he knows DJ's full name.
He's never met DJ
Like
before.
if he knows his actual.
He's never
No,
met him
no.
before.
He's,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Because you
yeah.
say this is my friend DJ, but like this is my friend. You know.
It's
just
I think you have met. I think you have learned. It was like Douglas. Douglas Jeremy Sipple is his name, and
Hello,
This is,
Mr. Sipple.
Sipple.
Sit down. And as he's saying, there are seats there in the office which aren't there. As he's doing that, he walks over to the door and he's looking out into the corridor himself, and he.
Are you Things a little
He also spots Hyacinth looking at him, and he goes, "Ah, "That woman, I don't know what she's up to."
Didn't he say? Didn't you say something went missing from your office and you had to change the locks or something?
Yes. Some of my research notes. That's why I tend now to not leave anything in the office.
He says, well,
I changed
can
the
tell
key,
you,
and I only have one key. And I made sure that to keep the lock, there is no copies to it.
well, you know, sometimes your assistant. I had a fella who was a little ambitious, you know, shall we say, and then you know, some of my research materials had a tendency to go missing, and I saw then a paper was presented up at Yale on the migratory patterns of Atlantic salmon that I had been working on, and wouldn't you know it, my research assistant's name was on the letterhead. But you know, maybe I'm an old cynical man, you know.
Oh, well,
but
I think you get cynical for good reasons, and yes, it wouldn't be the first time that students have stolen work.
But my friends, sorry to burst in on you like that, Mr. Rhodes. I'm sure you know you're done for the week. You want to get home, but my friend, Mr. Sipple here, now he's an acquaintance of Mr. Robert. Is he Robert? I was going to say Robert Altman.
Alden.
Is it?
ALDEN.
Alden.
Yeah.
Of a Mr. Alden, Robert Alden. He's an antique dealer, but Abigail, your wife, she and I, we haven't had the pleasure, but she had contacted Mr. Alden about an appraisal of some kind, but Mr. Alden is out of town. He had a family emergency back home, and so he hasn't been able to fulfill it. And I said that I would give Mr. Sipple a hand. Maybe someone in the history department might be able to help Abigail out.
Yes. Have you much knowledge of coins, Mr. Sipple? I'm not sure.
A huge amount. Just
I'm not
just
sure
more so.
how you'd be able to help us out.
Well, we were wondering, maybe I said I had met Mr. Sipple through Robert, but I thought maybe I could help if we were trying to find someone, someone maybe in the history department, or, I saw something similar when I was down in Innsmouth collecting research. The pattern of one of these coins was described to me, and I saw it somewhere in a shop window in Innsmouth.
You didn't happen to pick it up, did you, by any chance?
No, I'm not much of a coin collector. I was in there. I did get a nice ship in a bottle when I was there, though. That was more my kind of thing, you know. But
So
It seems like Innsmouth might be a place of interest.
Yes,
for
yeah,
these,
he says, yes, my wife, and he's rooting around in his pockets, and he's looking at. He says, yes, he says, and he takes out one of the coins, and he goes, this is one of the we have, and so he shows it to you, and it's the.
This is the very thing.
He says, and you in Innsmouth. That's interesting. Now, we came across this a chap, a naval chap. I don't know where my coin is. A naval chap entered the came to the college, and he was he said he'd found me out from other people who had done research. I do some private research on translations of old scripts and the likes and whatnot, and he had a document he was asked me to translate, and he did so, and he was going to pay in coins, these strange coins, and I had one of the chaps in the metallurgy department. He tested, and it was quite pure gold, and quite a high carat. So I said, why who would turn down some gold for some some
Especially
work?
on our salaries.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we got to do translation on the side.
Yes,
you know?
yes, and
You know, in the summer, I take people looking for the best place to fish for trout and salmon.
Oh.
You know, you.
I actually, I that's something now. I'm a bit of an old keen salmon fisher myself, and I'm always looking for a good gilly. And that so perhaps now this summer I might avail of yours. I won't be paying you in gold coins though, I'm afraid.
I wouldn't say no, but
yeah. So yes,
you know.
so yeah, he'd offered to pay, which I thought was a bit strange, but anyway, I asked him, and he said he got the coins down, and he was down in the Pacific on some naval expedition, and he'd found some coins and this document that he was asking me to translate. So I did translate. So of course, then I mean, we were stuck with these coins, and well, of course, one could just melt them down for the raw gold, but sometimes these things have, if there were doubloons or something, they might have some additional value to just their gold weight. So we were trying to find or ascertain these, and obviously we were trying to do it. We'd heard things about Mr. Alden, good things that he can be discreet, because obviously, I don't know, these things could have been stolen and could have been, you know, so we wanted to make sure that they were legitimate and that they weren't stolen.
I've had to, you know, I had a contact with Robert, as you say, very discreet, because you know, when one goes digging around the bottom of the ocean, you know, you're never sure what you might find, and you don't want to go screaming around town about a shipwreck, you know, sunken treasure, you know.
Yes,
you want to make sure that someone's not going to come looking for you.
I can imagine it wouldn't be sunken for that long if you were shooting your mouth off. So yes,
No.
but unfortunately, Mr. Alden, yes, he was interested in the coins, and we sent him. Abigail sent him actually, I never see. Maybe he has contact, so he goes over to the phone and he asks the operator for Arkham 237. And he's waiting, and he's had kind of conversation with someone on the other end of the phone, pleasantries, whatever, and hangs up after a few minutes, and it says, no, she hasn't been able to get a hold of Mr. Alden for the last couple of days. He was meant to meet us. He was meant to actually meet yesterday. He was meant to come by our home and have a look at the coins, but he never turned up, and there was no. We didn't get a note or anything from him to say he'd be delayed.
Yeah.
So yes,
I think his, like I said, family. I think Derry. I think Maine. He had to go home. It was, you know, it was an emergency.
Okay.
He wasn't too forthcoming. I think maybe his mother. I think I didn't want to pry. You know.
No, of course, yeah.
You know.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you for that, because obviously we were quite worried about what these coins and what we would do with them. We have a few of them. He gave us two of them. One prior to me doing the translation, and one post translation. So it wasn't that.
What's the? If you don't mind me, I mean, again, you know, if it's something, if you can't say, or.
I don't think so. It was I have a copy of it, and that's one of the reasons I don't leave my stuff in the office. Stuff has gone missing in the past from the university, No, I made a copy of this, and let me just. And he starts rooting in his briefcase. I asked Mr. Grant, who did the chap, or sorry, Lieutenant Commander Grant, if I could, and he didn't seem to be too upset that I had a copy of it. So let me show you there.
Let me just drop it into your
Yes, let me just drop it into your computer.
journal tab
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So yes, this is a copy of it. It's a very good copy, if you don't mind me saying. I'm quite
Yeah.
yes, and I've
It
translated.
doesn't look like a love letter.
No. You can see underneath. That's my translation underneath it there. And yes, I will just make this available to you, permanently.
Yeah.
You never know
Just
when one might need it.
Well,
go on,
Dr. Rhodes, your Latin is certainly a lot better than mine. There's very few, references to the genus and phylum
Yes,
of
well,
fish in here.
it's what's interesting about it is it's the, as you can see, the characters are not Roman, which is quite odd for Latin, because obviously it's where it comes from. It's an old Sanskrit, and so they used a Sanskrit alphabet, but it's written in Latin. So it's quite interesting. Now it's not the sorry, let's see this. All players observer. Okay, so you should now all have that in the entries.
I see. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, it's quite what the document. Are you familiar with the occult god Nyarlathotep?
Can't say I am.
Not
You
I.
say you are you?
I'm
Oh,
not-
I can't say I am.
oh, you can't. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not sure. He says, I have. I've heard of Dagon. That's
Oh yes,
that's
it's a
about
fishy
it.
one. Yeah, well, you would probably with Dagon being a
Well,
sea,
yeah,
a sea
if
god.
I'm gonna know, I'm not gonna know one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it rings some kind of a bell, but
yes. It's.
I know you're done lecturing for the week, but
Yes. No. This is quite
please.
interesting. Yes. So
if you will permit me another lecture.
Yes. No. Nyarlathotep, which is a very hard name for me to pronounce. So this seems to be, and I've transcribed it there. I'm not going to say it out there because I might be afraid of conjuring him up. And he laughs. He goes, "No, of course." As I told you before, it's just utter nonsense. So this is the incantation, which was Latin, but it's obviously not. So I've translated, and it's Nyarlathotep Ijakibo would be devourer of our world. Nyarlathotep Talalgon Manjan Naguz Ikajoba Nyarlathotep Eden Nazu, and is what it says. So that's the incantation. There's also there's instructions which I didn't write on this one. Basically, what this document is telling us, you can see there's a figure holding his hand out. So they have to basically slice open their hand and draw right down and into an artery in the wrist, and they have to draw that pattern, which is up to the left there, the triangle with the eye, in their arterial blood. And before the blood goes off, as in clots, this incantation is meant to be said. And it's meant to bring forth the god Nyarlathotep to our world, is what this document is meant to be. I've come across a lot of these conjurings up. This is quite it was quite damaging. It's quite an old document on papyrus. And I gave the translation to Mr. Grant, and he seemed quite happy with that. So I don't know what he was going to do with it. Nyarlathotep is an unusual one of the outer gods of the mythos. He's meant to. A lot of the gods of the mythos want to just cause destruction. Nyarlathotep is a bit more like Loki from the other one of the other pantheons, that he's more up to mischief. He actually doesn't, whilst he does like a bit of death, they all do. He likes to drive his subjects insane first. that they kill themselves, but insanity is his preferred way. So he's into driving them insane, and then they kill themselves. So a
Well,
pleasant chap, but
whether or not he's real, I
well,
think
yes,
he
I
might
mean,
be
yes, obviously this
succeeding
is
because if you cut down to your
yes, it's
your
yeah.
the artery in your wrist, I think you've done it.
Yes, yeah,
Uh,
it's as I said, these I come across, as I've told you before, a lot of these, and very fanciful, and some imagination, and some herbal use the people were
yeah,
of old
just
were using.
not the I don't what is because I don't remember. Do we have Rhodes? Did we ever? Do we have Rhodes' first name or is a
It's
first name
Henry
mentioned?
Rhodes.
Henry. I think he might
Yeah,
just say it that, but maybe Henry just.
yeah.
Henry. Henry, if you actually out of interest, speaking about cutting into your arm and all that, do you ever hear of do people actually try this kind of stuff, or is it is I mean, I've heard of
Yes, yes.
Buddhist monks doing
I, I,
very extreme things. This
Unfortunately, yes, it's true. The Arkham Sanatorium
really,
has many people in there that have claimed to have had success with these type of things. They're obviously insane, and it takes a type of insanity to obviously believe this in the first place. And some people are unfortunately easily led astray. And I've often found students on my course who do my course thinking that they're going to unlock these sort of secrets of the universe. And where I try to educate them in it that this is superstitions of peoples gone before us. And there's no more truth in it than there is of somebody hanging on on a tree for the repentance of other people's sins. There's all just
yeah.
you
Well,
are
I
a
tell you,
scientist yourself. I'm sure
I
you.
I you know I am in some ways I am entirely unsurprised. I tried to tell my father that the good book wasn't literal. All I got was the back of his hand.
In the back of the book,
Uh,
the good book
in
was
the
used.
back of the book,
Yeah,
I no, I would believe it. The things that you know,
yeah.
my father, people like my father, the Catholic Church had a real grip on those people. So yeah, I could believe it.
Well, it is, and that's why it is no different. I have to be careful. I can't come out in class too often
Of course,
with the church. Not in this town. Um, but
no,
yes, I mean, if people will believe that, why not believe about Nyarlathotep and Jormungandr and all these and Dagon,
yeah,
Father Dagon, and all these other people. So, yeah, I find it fascinating the way it permeates through
yeah.
time. These stuff. So, as to
We
what
could have we could have been going on the Crusades with a fish head on a flag just as easily. I can
Exactly,
tell you that.
exactly. What Mr. Grant, the impression I got from him was that he thought there was going to be money at the end of this. He was quite free and willing with the coins. Afterwards I realized I should have asked him for more coins. But a deal is a deal. So yes, as I said,
Mm.
he gave the coins. He got his translation, and it took me a couple of days. It was a bit obscure, and I had I you know I had he had taken the real copy away with him, and I got one of the young chaps in the university to run over the translation to him, and I haven't heard from him since. Not that I expected to.
Oh, well, hopefully you do, and there's a few more gold coins in it.
Yes, one can but hope.
Well, like I said, I said it to Robert that I'd seen something that sounded like this,
Yeah.
because he was talking to me because the image on the coin is he wasn't sure if it was he thought it might have made a difference whether it was a squid or an octopus,
Oh, it's no octopus.
So
It's I believe it's a representation of the Great One, as he's called, Cthulhu himself.
so he thought, and that's how I You know when I said I'd seen one,
It looks nothing like a
and
squid.
no.
Even I know that.
No.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, we've all seen it. Might have been maybe somebody's kid.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Did the engraving.
True,
Well,
true.
look, Henry, I won't take up any more of your time.
Yes, yes, no problem.
Thank you. We will. I will see you. I will probably see you next week. I think.
Yes, yes, for that
You know,
Gillies,
might be
and
alright.
I'll give you a shout, and we can go fishing sometime.
Sure.
Yeah. Is there
Maybe
any,
we'll even catch a couple coins. Who knows?
yes, who knows? Or catch Mr. Grant. Can I help you with anything else before you go?
Henry, I'm just wondering, if you don't mind me calling you Henry, is your assistant, is there a reason why she's so, like, hanging around and so watching of everything? Like, I do believe that, like, just before we entered here, she was kind of peering out the doors, and even now coming in here, she's peering out another doors. Is there a reason why she's so untrusting of people?
Give me a look roll there, please.
No, look roll. Regular one, yeah.
Yeah, just a regular, yeah.
Oh,
Ah, damn.
And not
There's
that I,
two off.
yeah, not and you can't. You're 75 is your look. Wow. Not that I can,
Yeah.
not that I can put a finger on it. No, nothing comes to.
Okay.
Ben, do you want to run a spot hidden on me, please?
sure.
Okay, you noticed on the document when he'd taken the document out and he was putting it down on the table, he took it out of like a folder. That there was an address. Since you never asked him, there was an address for the Salty Dog, Charles Grant, the Salty Dog.
I was actually, yeah, it had crossed my mind, and then I thought, he was a friend of Edmund's, and I wasn't sure. But of course, I had forgotten.
Yeah,
There's no way we don't know. Edmund wouldn't have had it down.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually did mean to ask him, and then
Well, you did well on your spot hidden, so.
yeah. So he's like, well, Henry, I will see you some other time, and maybe
yes,
we'll.
yes. Keep
yeah.
in touch.
All right. Well, thanks. And he'll
Thank you, Dr. Rhodes.
leave.
The DJ's gonna walk up, and he's literally just gonna walk straight up to the room that
Yeah,
the one is in Derby.
yeah. It's an outside fountain.
Oh, okay,
You
perfect.
can see her there. You should be able to see her.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna walk up to her and I go, Miss, can I help you with anything? You seem to be infatuated with us.
And she looks you up and down and goes, I don't think so.
If that's the case, ma'am, why every turn we take you seem to be peering out a door at us?
Do you look like you look in that picture?
Not far off it.
She goes, well, Mr. Hobo, I suggest you go back into your boxcar to sleep in before I call the police and have the knives counted.
Have the what?
Have the knives and forks in the university counted.
I'm sorry, man, but I'm actually here as a guest of Dr.
I
Reynolds
don't
here.
care who you are a guest of. If you have no business here, so your type, so can you please leave the university?
Just one moment. I'm just wondering, ma'am, why you lied to us there a few minutes ago about setting up a what's it called? Talk?
Lecture.
Lecture. Sorry, a lecture for
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes. We were just speaking to him, and he said he has no lecture today.
She goes, aren't you great with the big words that your friend had to help you say, Mr. Hobo? And what planet do you think I would be answering any of your questions?
Well, that's fair enough. I can't think of a response.
Okay, do give me a look roll. You need an
Look,
please. And she turns to walk away from you.
Come on, come on, Doug. We'll leave the assistant alone.
Fucking worse. 87.
Okay. Yeah, so she
Yeah.
goes off.
Perfect.
Yeah. He'll turn to Doug. He said, he's like, I got Charles Grant's address. I saw it in Rhodes's drawer. I didn't want to ask. Thought it might look suspicious. Prying. It wasn't because I forgot.
We should probably head there. So,
I guess. What time is it? How much time we've killed?
I suppose about a half an hour that took maximum.
Okay. The Salty Dog. It's a bar, or is he?
I don't know how that's how you something you need to find out.
Yeah, whether he knows the name or not. So.
Okay, he
Bar.
doesn't.
Are we in Prohibition area?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a
Oh,
bar.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
ironmongery
yeah.
place that sells iron bars. So no, it's you don't know the name. It doesn't jump to the forefront of your mind.
Sure. He'll he. And it was just the Salty. Didn't have the full address. It was just.
Oh, it's a salty dog.
Ring any bells? Might be the kind of thing Archibald might have known if it was something illegal.
Okay,
Semi-illegal.
well, Archibald is Ipswich. He's not Arkham.
Yeah.
So,
He's Ipswich, isn't he? Of course.
yeah.
It doesn't have like an exact address. It just literally says the Salty Dog. Does it?
Just says the salty dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
You could just go back
Is
in
it
and ask him.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be worth randomly ringing up the operator and just be like, "Operator, you put me through to the Salty Dog, please." You know.
Like Bart Simpson ringing Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think what's the best way to go around trying to find out where the Salty Dog is.
Well, what's his name?
What
you,
it
you
is.
could ring the operator and look for
Charles Grant
Grant.
is his name.
Charles Grant.
Lieutenant Commander Charles Grant.
There's not going to be many of them in Arkham.
True. Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could give it a go. I would suggest we call from my office, but she could be lurking around, listening to a phone call.
Fucker.
One. Yeah, well, I guess we get to a phone and try that. It's not going to hurt, you know.
There's probably a payphone outside him is doing. Is there?
I presume there is one, or there's
Yeah,
there's a
college
hotel
campus.
lobby. There's a police station across the road. There's a hotel lobby across the road. So
Yeah.
there's payphones in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you ring up. You're ringing up the operator, are you?
Mm-hmm.
So you get to a payphone. Okay. Hello, operator.
Oh, hello. I mean, could you put me through to? It was Lieutenant
Commander
Commander. Yeah, I was.
Charles Grant.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Could you put me through to Lieutenant Commander Charles Grant?
One moment now. I'll look up directory, so you can hear her. She's
Thank you.
looking up. She goes, I'm sorry, I don't have anybody in the book by that name.
He doesn't. Well, then would you be able to put to a telephone for the Salty Dog? Arkham?
Yeah, wait one moment there, please. So 2 seconds. She goes, yeah, I have the Salty Dog hotel. I'll connect you there now. So you can hear it.
Thank
She's
you.
trying to connect. And it's ringing. And it's still ringing. Hello, caller. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an answer at that number.
Okay. Sorry, ma'am. Do you happen to have an address for that number?
Yeah, one moment
Street,
there.
a street number? Thank you.
I'll read out the. I'll find out the address there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Arkham, and it's. On one moment. It's on the corner of Armitage and Water Street.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, you have a good day.
No, you know that Water Street's a fairly shit area.
Yeah. I don't think the Salty Dog Hotel was going to be the ritzy part of
Yeah.
Arkham. Well, it's a hotel.
So it's across the river in a place called Rivertown, near the railway station, and there's a shipyard and an army barracks there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's hobo
Armitage
country.
And
Come
Yeah.
on, dog.
Actually,
Lead the way.
yeah. So just below Armitage and Water Street, it's on.
okay.
Just across the river. You're not too far from there. You're down. If you leave the Miskatonic, you go through West Church, cross uptown, cross the Demon Bridge, and it's just there on your right.
Oh, nice.
Robert.
Yeah.
Demon Bridge, Wendigo Island.
Yeah,
Looks like
just
Hangman's Hill.
yeah.
Bit on the nose.
yeah. Say what you see. Okay, so that's the address that she gave you. It's over that part, somewhere along Water Street and Armitage Street.
So we head there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to
So I feel just to give a heads up, I'll have to be done by 10, just because I have I have to be up at 5 a.m. for work.
Yeah, no problem.
Lovely.
Okay, so yeah, you get there. I haven't drawn the map up just yet. I will just throw it there. Now, I want to show you what it looks like first. Don't do that. If you drag it by the picture, it actually drops a picture. And where are you? Douglas J. Stipple. Right. Okay. So you're at you're coming up to a street very run down. You're just going to be at a foyer there in a second. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, wrong one. Looks gone. Scroll. There we go. Salty Dog.
Give me 2 seconds, I'm just gonna grab a snack. I'm starving. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to share this with you. Hold on, let me share. Oh yeah, show players. Okay, so that's the Salty Dog. So that's what you're standing outside of. So it's a fairly dilapidated building. You can see there's fire exits and stuff all up the front, and the doors are just in between like two really shitty shop fronts.
Yeah. Okay, so. Sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, so I think. Sorry. Oh. Right, yeah, so this. So Charles Grant had. Whether we knew from how much we knew from Edmund prior to him losing his head, or did they have, were they like friends or acquaintances, or he just contacted Edmund?
He had Charles Grant was a bit of a waster, and he hadn't really been promoted much. He knew them. Edmund had gone to university with him, and he always thought it was somebody he'd sort of tend to avoid. He was always looking for a fast buck and not really doing any work, and and a bit of a user. Like he wouldn't go off. The fact that Edmund probably didn't reply to him was the only reason he went off and paid Rhodes, and not the type of person that would pay out money for anything. So the fact that he paid, it's not odd that he's in this shitty place.
They weren't exactly buddies, like.
No, he was more somebody that when he'd answer, you'd get a letter from him.
Correct.
Oh, for fuck's sake, like that sort of a way,
Yeah.
What's this
Yeah.
fucker wants now, like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, so that's the state of the place. So it's a very run down, what would have been termed a flop house in the day, which you'll recognise it as a flop house. Place that rents rooms by the hours or the day. Really seedy place and a real shitty area town.
To be honest,
Equivalent of like a low grade motel sort of thing.
yeah,
Really poor
DJ
quality.
and
Type of place DJ probably
Oh.
stay in.
I was gonna say even they probably look like they fit because Owen, despite the fact that, unless I've contradicted myself, Owen doesn't. Oh no, did he drink? I meant to have it that Owen didn't drink. I think he might have been drinking, but he certainly looks like an old drunk. I think.
Yeah. The two of
With
you
the-
fit in this area very well.
The jacket,
Well,
he looks
DJ
like.
would probably supply this place with alcohol, to be honest.
Yeah. It's probably
Yeah.
You're probably one of your customers.
Well, Owen certainly looks like a pint man at the
Yeah.
bar with the kind of bedraggled suit, the
Yeah.
creased, wrinkled suit, and
Yeah.
the scruff. He's very unkempt. But yeah.
So yeah, you're outside the Salty Dog.
So we've no reason to know whether Grant works here or owns it or just rented a room here or anything
You
like
don't
that.
know
Yeah.
anything about it. You just know it was the address that he gave. He gave Rhodes for the translation work
Just
to send to.
say to DJ, you want to take the lead on this one, or you want me to?
I can hit in.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Moonshiners first.
Right. So
Maybe I do need a cane.
Okay,
hold on
so
and open the door.
so yeah, you open the door and you're
They're double
in.
doors, then. Yeah.
They're double doors, yeah. It's just to, people go through them easier. So you're into a bit of a foyer area. It's fairly run down, very threadbare carpet. There is a desk and there is a sort of a table, games table, and newspapers sort of strewn around the place. But it's very quiet in the sense of this. You can hear a radio in the distance coming from this side of the building.
Okay.
There's steps
Sorry.
up behind the desk, and
There's no bell or anything on the desk, is there?
yeah, there's a bell on the desk. Yeah.
So I might just get him to ring the bell. I'll just ring the bells on the desk.
Okay, so
See if members
ding
of staff
ding
comes
ding.
out.
So and after a few minutes, you can see this. You can hear a door opening. Door opens and there's a woman there standing. And goes, yes, can I help you, boys? She's she's quite heavy, fairly poor skin, sort of straggly hair. Doesn't look very healthy, overweight.
Okay. I'm just going up to her and go, ma'am, I'm just looking for a friend of ours was
Oh, come into my living room, young man.
if you don't mind.
Sit yourself down, and your friend come in as well.
The other young man.
The other young man, yeah. And sit yourself down there. And she goes, yeah, you're looking for a friend, is it?
Yeah, it's a friend of ours. Lieutenant Commander Charles Grant.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah. Charlie's been staying here. Are you friends of Charlie's?
Yes, it's like
Oh, right.
acquaintances.
Okay, so she goes, I'll just put out. The kettle was just about to boil there. I just turned it off when I heard you ring the bell. I'll just go in and sit yourselves down there, and I'll make some tea, and we'll have a bit of crumpet.
Yeah.
So she goes in.
So he's going to turn to Owen and go. So what way are we playing this?
I don't know, but whatever you do, don't eat the fucking crumb.
So-
At least she's boiling the water.
yeah. And she's going, if any of my cats come in, don't mind them, just shoo them off. And with that,
No,
there's
we
a bit of a
won't.
smell of
We
cat's piss and
Yeah,
stuff.
we won't eat them either.
Yeah. So and you can hear a bit of pot bashing around and stuff.
Well,
And
yeah.
she's coming back out, and she's a tray, and she goes, well, and she's going, will one of you young boys give me a little hand with this? I'm not so good on my feet. She's carrying a little tray, you know, and there's a bit of cake on it, and there's butter
Neither
and
am
a
I.
knife.
Go on, DJ.
Yes, DJ gets up and he just takes it. Oh, thanks very much, and he
So-
places it down on the.
Okay, so well, just as she gives you, so she starts handing you the tray, and as she hands you the tray, she picks up the coffee pot, and she fucks the coffee pot at Owen, and she pulls the knife off the table, and she's making a lunge at you, DJ, with the knife. So what we'll do is we'll open up the combat tracker,
Fucking hell.
and combat tracker.
Well, like,
And
the
I roll-
one's down at the radio next, you want to expect him to be.
Yeah. So so I've rolled
to be
for
honest, I don't
Marge
think-
there.
Yeah, Owen wasn't
You probably want carrying your
bringing
shotgun,
his
why not?
shotgun around with him, to be honest. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
she did get the surprise on you. So what's going to happen is that after we roll the initiative, she's going to do her coffee throwing first. So she gets that free, and anyway, she beat Owen on the initiative. And just DJ, just roll your D20, your dice, your initiative dice there, on the combat
That is-
tracker.
Sorry, the initiative is the dex.
I think if
Right
you
click
go to
on
the
right
combat tracker-
right click on the fist symbol, and you'll get the combat tracker,
Oh,
and you'll see the
sorry,
dice.
sorry, yeah. I've it.
So actually, you're 45. Actually, so Marge is up front. So the first thing she's doing is she is throwing her coffee pot at. Just move these around. She is going to target Owen. Control T or T to target. Oh shit! What did I do there? Oh, the new tab. Not Control T, just T. T to target Owen. Okay, so she's targeted Owen with the coffee, and she is throwing the hot beverage weapon, which I had to make up earlier. Saying out of ammo. Single shot. What? Hot beverage. Weird. It's a throw initiative. I'll just roll the throw. Okay, so she throws it and you dodge out of the way. So it misses. And she now she had an initial 2 actions. One was the coffee pot, and she's going to try and lunge at DJ with the kitchen knife. Fighting brawl. And she sticks it into you.
Jesus.
Oh,
I can't see what rolled here. It's the same
Oh,
dot.
can you
dot,
not?
dot. Yeah, so
Did not
Oh,
say
yeah.
above it. Can you see, Ben? No?
no, I'm getting dot.
I see
on
large
even-
kitchen knife and then it's dot dot dot.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
obviously since the update. Regular success. Okay. What I'll do is I can roll them in a different way. So
No,
large
it's all
kitchen-
good. Like
It's probably because I have you.
showed-
It's probably because I have you targeted.
it's the same.
Yeah,
It's
because
the same
it-
in
it-
D&D. You just be like,
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah, yeah.
like, it's fine.
Sure, it showed her throw check.
Okay.
So
Oh my God! So it did you? So you need to make a Constitution check. What the fuck? How much HP have you got? Oh, it's because
11.
you took more than half your damage. So
Yeah.
do the Constitution check. And you
Um,
failed. So you've got a major wound.
Okay.
Okay. So that was her. So let's begin the combat. So that was Marge. So it's up to you, DJ.
You're just gonna fucking just stagger
You're
back.
actually you're actually prone
Okay. So where was I stabbed?
in the stomach.
Stomach. Okay. So
pull your piece.
but he's like kind of like scrambling onto his kind of haunches, say, holding his stomach.
Okay, yeah.
Can he put like has he enough movement or action or whatever to put out the gun?
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna pull the gun out and just try and get a shot off it.
Are you and you're moving? Are you out of
Yeah, I'm
melee?
kind of scrambling back, like I'm scrambling
Okay.
back 2 or 3 foot. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
like
yeah,
maybe just
yeah, yeah.
scrambling back. a
Okay,
bit.
so yeah, you can fire at her.
Okay, so that's what I said now. I need to press T, isn't it? Yeah, target,
Yeah.
and then 1 second now. Combat.
So click on where it says the name of the weapon, not the actual.
Yeah, totally. revolver, single
Now,
shot.
you are... Okay, you're in point blank, which it's automatically done. You can fire more than one shot if you want. You can fire up to 3, but you will take a penalty dice. But you get
I'll
a
fire 2
bonus...
shots.
You get a... Okay, you can... Well, you get the same amount of penalty whether you fire 2 or 3 shots.
I'll fire 3 shots. So
Okay, so what you do is now... So you go shoot firearm, and then
Okay.
don't do anything else. So now if you scroll down, it'll say don't hit shoot. Go up and press
Shoot
shoot
firearm
firearm again, yeah, and then shoot firearm again.
okay,
And then go shoot. So you go bang, bang, bang at her.
All failed.
All failed. Oh my god.
Jeez.
How low is my firearms?
Yeah.
Very low.
You're 20. You're the base. It's the base value. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Oh my god. Okay, Owen, you're up. Whip out that shotgun.
Okay, so
You,
Huh?
you could hit the hole with the shotgun and have it inside your trench coat or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, because this was the thing. I mean, I was thinking there that I'm like, where is he going to be keeping the shotgun? That it would be outside, you know.
It was in his coat. It's fucking.
I suppose if we're allowing that, yeah.
But could you just grab the gun off me? You're right beside me.
But he was gonna try grab the. He was gonna.
Yeah, you can
I
do
don't know,
that, but
he
you
holding
will.
it, He
You,
was gonna.
if you're gonna do grab DJ's gun, you're gonna have to take a penalty dice.
No, he was gonna be like. My plan was pick up the tray, or if the coffee pot was there, and try and lamp her head with it. But if he's allowed to have the shotgun,
Yeah. Yeah. You can have the
Yeah.
shotgun. Yeah. You have the shotgun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you do the shotgun before head off.
yeah.
then he is gonna know what he's gonna do is, and so it's not.
So
So you have to do T. Is it now?
click on her and go T. A double click might work. Okay, you're targeted. She's targeted. Yeah, targeted.
Okay, so let me just pull up the sheet now. He is aiming it at her kneecap.
Okay, if you're actually
He's aiming for her
specific,
leg.
if you're specifically naming at a part of the body, it's actually a penalty die. It's a shotgun. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Shoot her in the head.
Yeah, I think it would it be because it's. Did we say it was? If it's point blank, would it cancel out bonus
It will,
from
yeah.
point blank penalty from?
It will.
Okay.
But if you're firing more than one shot, you'll get a penalty. So if you're aiming at a specific part, you'll get a penalty, and if you're firing more than one shot, you'll get another penalty. One of them will
No,
cancel.
He's going for just one shot.
Okay.
He's just basically trying to put the
Okay.
barrel, if he can, just up against her shin. and,
Well, look, given that you're
know,
so
take it
close,
out.
yeah, you can do that without a penalty.
fucking Christ.
Okay, so you missed. So she's gonna run at you, and she's going to wield her knife at you. So she's into melee, and she is going to target you.
Everyone's gonna get taken out by this.
By this fat bitch with a
Okay.
knife.
Yeah, this fat old lady.
She's 43. She's not that old.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, yeah, and she did succeed.
Oh,
And why did it not give me the damage? It's weird.
yeah, it's weird because it's coming up Owen, and then you
Yeah,
know, it's
and it's the dots. Yeah.
the way it's choosing to display things is
Yeah.
strange.
Okay, so I'm going to roll the damage separately.
Mhm.
4 damage. Okay, you need to do a Constitution check.
Yeah. Sorry, just give me a second.
You fail as well.
Major
So you've taken a major wound and you're on the ground as well. Douglas, it's your go again.
He's gonna do the same thing. Oh wait,
Okay,
yeah, do the same thing again. Fire.
3 shots.
Three
You'll
shots.
you'll
Shoot
then be
6 left,
empty.
or 3.
Yeah, you've 3
Yeah,
left.
that's fine.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna miss anyways. Other one. Multi-shot.
Shoot firearm again. Yeah, that's it. Shoot.
Fuck off.
Unbelievable. Now, can you use luck? No, you can't use luck for combat. Sure you can't? No, you can't use luck for combat. To make them pass. It's the only skill checks you can't. Okay, so Owen, it's up to you. You've 1 shot left in your shotgun.
Yeah, he's got one In
Just
the
aim for a hit.
Just,
he's just aiming up now and just
Yeah.
wherever he can. Now that he's on the back foot, if he has to kill her, he has to kill her. Screw trying to get information out of him. So okay, she should still be targeted. So yeah, he'll fire the one shot. Oh, Jesus Christ!
okay. So
Because it's a penalty to load another shot and fire,
Yeah.
isn't it?
it is, yeah.
But would I have had to decide that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Okay, so it's back to Marge. So she's going to attack you again as Owen with the large kitchen knife. And she misses.
Fuck.
Douglas?
Right, Douglas. I know he's very injured, but he's just gonna jump up and just try and grab her and grab the knife.
You
I just
can
wanna try and grab
reload.
her.
You can reload.
Can I reload and shoot?
Yes, you can. You take a penalty dice. You can put two. You can chamber 2 rounds. You take a penalty dice.
Okay.
So your point blank will cancel your penalty dice for reloading, and then the second point blank. So if you fire 1 shot, you'll have no penalty dice because your reload will be cancelled out by your point blank. However, if you so now what you need to do is
So
I'll probably have to modify your character sheet to let you have the weapon or to have the round. So how many rounds are you putting in? You're putting in 2 because it's the same amount of penalty dice for 1 or 2. So there's
Yeah,
2
okay,
rounds
so
in
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you might have to press the revolver again.
yeah, no, it's there. So I can do single shot.
You can do multi-shot.
Can I?
You can fire to 2 shots, but you'll take a penalty dice, and you'll take a penalty dice for that. But you'll have 1 penalty dice will be negated because of the point blank.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 shots. So.
Yeah.
A better chance of actually accidentally killing one.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll just make sure it did that. Oh,
We need to go to a fucking gun range.
okay. Owen,
Need to stop getting stabbed to death.
you're
right now.
you're the same now. You can reload.
Yeah.
So I'll have to just bring up your sheet. Is that if that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're putting.
Yeah.
So you're gonna fill both barrels. So where the fuck is your?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, it's the shotgun. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it's reloaded.
So sorry.
Oh, you reloaded it
actually-
yourself. Yeah. So okay.
No, I by mistake. I forgot to I clicked the skill by mistake instead of
Oh yeah.
weapon like I normally
know,
do, so
yeah.
it hasn't. What I'm gonna do is he'll load the 2 shells in.
Yeah, it's loaded there
and
now.
Firebolt. So yeah. So you pop the 2 in and get 1 shot off. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can still do the. Yeah.
Is yours almost like 20 as well? I was 25.
4. Did it add the? Oh, that no, I added a bonus die.
It should have had a bonus die. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
it
it says
doesn't
that.
have
It
penalty
says
for
rifle
reloading.
shotgun 25, 1 bonus dice.
Oh yeah. So because it didn't see the it didn't.
Because the.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can actually spend luck to pass. It says. So you can spend 4 luck to pass. I didn't think you could on weapons.
He is. He will.
Okay.
I think yeah. So down to 38 luck.
Okay. So roll damage.
Uh,
So Owen could have actually, or DJ could have done that in his first one because he only missed by 2.
I missed by 4.
By
didn't I?
3, my second one as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hit roll damage so. And hit inflict pain.
23 points.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead. So you blew, you blew her brains out. So why are you doing this now?
Fuck.
Inflict pain. Oh, I should do it. Okay, so yeah, Marge Huckler is dead, and you 2 guys are bleeding.
Is
profusely.
there anything like on that tray, like a napkin or any sort of like cloth or anything?
There's a doily, yeah.
I'm just gonna grab that and just push it straight into the wound and just try and like stop the bleeding.
Okay, so yeah.
Uh,
So you don't have to worry about your imminent death just for the moment.
no.
Okay.
But
I
you
feel
will
like it
need.
is something that he would do anyway after getting
Yeah,
stabbed
yeah,
in the stomach.
yeah.
Yeah. He's just trying to put.
But Owen is okay, isn't he? Oh no, you both got stabbed, yeah. So
Yeah,
Both
what
got
was that?
major wounds. Yeah.
yeah,
He's just to be said, despite the fact that her head is missing.
yeah,
Still just kicks the knife away from her body.
yeah.
Douglas
And
just kicks
then
her in the head.
actually,
Right in the stump.
yeah, and then actually thinks better of it, and he's gonna put the knife through his belt.
Okay,
He's gonna take the knife
I'll give
just
you-
to.
I'll give you the knife there in a minute. I'll give it to you now.
There's a part of him that doesn't trust that her headless body isn't gonna get back up.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you just move around there or do whatever you just want to do while I'm just finding this weapon for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go up into the where she came from kitchen.
Okay. So yeah, you're into it's a standard kitchen. Why is that red? I don't know why the knife. When I put it onto your sheet, it's gone all red. It's weird.
Let me see.
Or maybe
Oh,
it's
yeah.
maybe it alternates because there's 3 items on it. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's a standard kitchen. There is smell of rotten food. It's in disarray. It's actually filthy. Kitchen is, which you didn't notice from the outside. There's bits of food everywhere. There's cat food everywhere on the floor that hasn't been eaten. Like there's bowls, cat bowls, and there's cat
Yep.
food, and there's a mound of cat food about that high in the cat bowls in each of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Owen is just very quickly gonna just rifle through her pockets just to see does she have anything.
There's loads of empty sachets of mustard and mayonnaise and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, you said the balls are piled high. Are there actually any visible signs of the cats?
no.
Okay.
There is a cat tray that had shit in it, so there was cats there some stage, but you don't see any cats around the place.
Maybe eating the cats.
Would you assume? Anyway, go on, yeah.
And can I check this door here?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Go around. So that leads into a corridor, sort of a mosaic tile floor. It's a dead end, but there's a door to the right, down the corridor.
There's nothing like wishful thinking. Nothing like a first aid kit anywhere.
Not in.
With
Not,
it being like the lobby of like a hotel.
well, you're not in the lobby. You're in her sitting room.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, sorry, she doesn't. Phil, I'm assuming obviously she didn't have keys on her anyway. Just the.
Yeah, they're actually not that makes any difference, but yeah, now that you ask specifically, there's a bunch of keys on her, for like the hotel keys.
Owen is going to get the keys.
Yeah.
Go out here and keep trying keys. He's gonna close the doors.
Okay, yeah.
And he is gonna
Actually,
lock.
when you
try and find the one to lock the doors.
roll me a spot hidden.
Sure. Because just in case somebody, comes knocking. Sorry. Why is it not? Sorry. Oh, sorry. It was.
As you went to the door to lock the doors, you sort of were like checking. You can't actually open the doors. The doors are sealed solid.
Oh, the doors that we came in are locked behind us.
Came in.
They're not locked.
They won't budge.
They're just solidly as if they were part of the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Well. Okay.
Like, could we like
sure.
mentally in our heads put that down to us being like stabbed and weak?
No. It's not down to loss of blood. You're not bleeding.
Yeah.
You staunched the blood flow. You're okay. You're in pain,
Yeah.
like.
Well.
Yeah.
At least we know nobody's
Yeah.
coming in.
If we're not getting out that way, we may as well go wandering.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Okay.
head down this corridor to this doorway here.
There is a window at the end of the corridor.
Right?
There's a window at the end of the
Oh, window,
corridor,
okay.
like a fire exit window or a fire door or whatever you want to call it.
Okay. And will that open the window?
No.
Okay.
And you can't see anything out it.
That is just
Just
really
gonna
not up the code. is it?
reload. gonna reload my shotgun,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna reload my gun too. Good idea.
and I think it's safe to say from this point on the gun is gonna be
Yeah, same.
up and aimed at anything in front of it.
Mine's gonna be up and aimed and missing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, it's gonna be up. I don't know if my gun is aimed. Clearly not.
Right, mine's reloaded. Says you have not selected the
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
So you open the door and there's a smell hits you. First of all, what you can see is over to the left-hand part of the room, there is all rubble. The ceiling has collapsed from the room above, and you can actually see into a room up above. And the air is wavering, like there's like this woo pulsing. You can also see that Marge has managed to draw some sort of a pentagram onto the floor and the walls. It looks to have been done out of mayonnaise and tomato ketchup and other sort of kitchen stuff. And from one corner of the room up here to the other end of the room here, she has strung what appears to be a clothesline, piece of rope, and there are 4 dismembered cats all pierced onto the rope that she's hanging up. So like their head has been decapitated, their body, their legs. So the cats are all dead and hanging from this clothesline in the room. So I need you both to take a sanity check there, please.
Yeah.
Oh really?
I feel like I need to do one in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta pass that at least.
Okay. So
I'm definitely not passing this.
so you both pass it. So you take no sanity damage.
Nice.
So yeah, that's and the sort of pulsing of energy. You can feel it in your teeth, this tingling sensation, and you can feel like as you walk into the room, there's like you're hearing voices and stuff into your brain.
Owen is gonna just start smearing the pentagram, just trying to break the line of it.
Okay.
You know,
It reforms
just
as you
trying
do
to
that,
ruin it.
and as you do that, it reforms.
Yeah, he's fuck.
Is there anything else? like a cupboard, a drawer, or anything?
There is sort of bits and pieces. It's all been like there's clothes that she's strewn all over the room, and
It's not enough of a.
it's like she's obviously lost her mind from the pulsing stuff above her. It's in disarray. It's not in the bed. Isn't just the sheet rolled back the way it is, and that it's fairly. There's excrement on it, and there's it's gore, and it's not pleasant.
Yeah, Douglas is going to leave the room.
Yeah.
Owen is gonna take
smell of the rotten cats.
the knife, and covering his mouth, he's gonna try and cut the clothesline down.
Okay, so it collapses and it falls down.
Yeah, and he's no idea what he's doing, but he's gonna literally just drag that out and throw it into the kitchen, hoping that maybe will this break some kind of ritual and open the door. You know, he's gonna desperately, like, maybe if he gets rid of the sacrifice, he'll throw it out. But I'm assuming nothing changes.
No, nothing changes. It's still going. Woo,
Yeah.
As you can feel this, madness coming off the from the room up above where the floor stroke ceiling collapsed.
Should we try and head upstairs?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Do down here.
So behind, you can sort of see in the corner of the map there. There's the desk, the hotel desk where you rang the bell, and there's a staircase.
Yeah.
And there's a board behind the staircase, room keys for rooms, like. And there seems to be about. Sorry, but
there's no name next to the key or anything, is there?
No, there's room numbers.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Well,
is there
with her big ring of keys, we could just get into any rooms anyway.
Find out.
Hope I grab them all anyway.
What are you going to say, Ben?
No, I think Mikey asked. There's not names or anything.
There's no on the board with the keys. No, there's not.
Is there a ledger on the desk?
There is a hotel registry on the desk. Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Grant.
right. So that's the hotel registry that's there, and I'll make that available to you as well.
Okay.
Okay, so base room number 5 we're heading to.
Brannigan family. Yeah. Okay. So, do we go
just
to
gonna
number
grab the
5
key.
first, or do we?
I'm gonna grab the key for number 5 off the wall if it's hanging there.
Yeah. Do we like check the Brannigan family? Is there kids in here? Are they all like trapped in here? I suppose we'll go fucking find Grant first.
Well,
Okay.
it's only 5 rooms. We want to grab the 5 keys. We can literally go room to room.
Suppose. To be honest, I don't want something. If 5 is at the end and he's in the end, I don't necessarily want somebody coming
behind us.
out behind us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear as you go.
That's fair enough. Just
Yeah.
load the guns up and just.
So
Yeah.
the stairs go upwards.
Mm.
Okay, so you're going up the stairs, are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll describe what you see. I don't actually have a map for this. So we'll just stay on this one because it's going to be the rooms are fairly standard. So you go up the stairs and it's fairly worn stairs. It's the same sort of carpet. When you get to the top of the stairs, you can see. As you get up to the top, there is a corridor with the same worn carpet, really crappy hotel doors, and it appears to go on infinitely long. And all the doors have the same number on them. They all have 0 on them. And they just go on for what appears to be infinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Go back down the stairs.
Okay, so are you going back down the stairs?
I don't know.
Okay.
Do we
Do you
go
wanna
one
just
by
try
one,
of
or
the
do we
doors, Ben?
count 5 doors? Yeah, let's just try the first one, I guess.
Just see what happens.
So you're not going down the stairs now. Okay, that's fair enough. So you come to the first door, and door number. Okay, so you open the door, and sorry, I must just get my notes here. Why won't I should do something different. Right, so yeah, so you open the door and you can see that this is like a family room, and what's odd about it is there's a mother and father and 2 kids, maybe around 8 or 9, and they've all been hung, and they're hanging from there's a beam across the ceiling, and they're rotating slowly on the rope, and as they spin around you, the young girl of the family just waves her hand at you. So I need to take a sanity check there, please.
Yeah. Sounds, about right.
Delightful. Nice.
Sorry, where's my...
So DJ's fine. Okay, Owen, you failed.
I won.
Yeah, I need. DJ, you take 1 sanity loss anyway. And Owen, will you roll me a d6, please? Sanity loss.
I will.
Oh, and you take a 1 as well. So you both take 1 sanity loss.
Okay, 55. Okay. Swiftly closing that door.
And because you're indefinitely insane, Owen, you go into your ritual of Latin reciting names of fish.
Yeah.
And you close. So you close the door after you. Okay.
Maybe that's not the right. Okay, he's
No, just
in between mutterings. I think is to say, okay, it seems like, this is. Do we? I mean, we could be trying to find Grant here for eternity, but he said, but in the old lady's room, the hole in the ceiling, maybe we can still get into maybe the physical space is intact on that plane.
Yep.
We maybe drag a table in there or something.
Yep, go for that.
Or a
we
chair
try
or
and get
the
like a basin
couch.
of water as well, maybe wash away that
with the pentagram.
Yeah,
I
no,
know you tried.
yeah.
to
So
get
you
away
go
with
back
it,
down the
but-
stairs, yeah?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
run down the stairs or walk down the stairs, and as you get down to the stairs, you come onto a landing, and in front of it is not the downstairs foyer, it's a room, corridor of hotel rooms, all with doors infinitely going on 000, and there's a side of behind, and that's behind you. There's a flight of staircase in front of you going down.
Shall I go down again, or do we just?
We could try go down. We try go down again.
Okay, same. You go down the stairs and you come to a landing, and there's a corridor,
Yeah.
infinitely long, doors all marked 0.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
familiar with MC Escher?
yeah.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he was. I think he was.
I think Escher was more the 50s, wasn't he? Maybe he was
Yeah, I
out.
wasn't
Maybe
sure.
you become
I have-
Escher after this.
I have no
experience.
idea. My girlfriend,
Yeah,
art student that she is, would be
yeah.
smacking me upside the head, I'm sure. Yeah, I guess okay. We gotta
Guess we're trying another door.
just for a laugh.
No,
Oh no, hang on.
he
No,
was
the
born in
Brannigan family.
1898 in Leeuwarden, Netherlands. So yeah, he was alive. I don't know when he did his stuff though. When he did his work.
Yeah, yeah. The hang on. Let me just take one look at this. Okay, right. I am gonna. You say flies said right. Okay, we opened that door, the very first door, and it was a family. They were in room number 1, so we go to the 5th door. Maybe Grant's in there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Fifth door on which side? There's doors on both sides.
Are they facing each other? Or
Yeah,
are they
yeah,
opposite?
yeah. No, they're facing each other. Like doors.
So
Door-
that was 1. This one over here is 2. 3, 4, 5. Third
this
one
could
over
be
along.
Yeah,
one,
usually
n
it's
plus
not
1,
that
n
way.
plus infinite amount, and I don't know. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
up to you. It could be, yeah. Okay, so you're
But
going to the.
yeah. In hotels, it's usually like it would be
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
like 1,
usually
2,
it's
3, 4,
yeah,
5. So it'd be
yeah.
the third
The
door
third
down
one
on
on
the
the
right.
Or
Okay.
outside, yeah.
I
Right.
think whatever we would have opened the first door on
Okay.
the right. You
Yeah.
know, we'd
So you're going to the
go-
third one on that side.
Assume that
Yeah.
it's 1, 3, 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
the third one on that side.
Okay, just 5 again. Let's roll that again. So you open the door, and you can see the Brannigan family hanging.
Yeah, and yeah.
You don't have to take the
Uh,
sanity loss though again.
Okay.
Well, I definitely don't want to step in. We
You
could
wanna talk
increase
door
our
then?
chances by each opening different doors at the same
Yeah.
time.
Okay, so
And
who's
we're
going?
not both taking sanity checks each time.
Who's going first?
We just go to the first, the closest door, like the doors closest to stairs. I know we're in some dimension and we can't get out,
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
really fancy walking down the infinite
Just keep
corridor.
open. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just take door number 1 and 2. On
And
Yeah. If you want to do
so who's opening
1 and
first?
2. I'll open first. I'll open
Okay.
the
I think we'd try. Yeah, we might as well assume we're opening them
Yeah.
reasonably simultaneously.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go first in initiative.
Okay, so Mikey. Alright, where's the write this down? So, which doors you've opened? Mikey.
I've got an infinite notepad.
Yeah. So, sorry, it was Mikey opened first, wasn't it?
I opened the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you see inside a room, and these lights come on, like lamp lights, from a stage. And when you hear this voice, come in, come in, come in, and you feel yourself being pulled into the room. And as you get into the room, there's this guy on the stage, and he's in a sort of like a top hat with tails and whatever, and he says, you are now in my domain, and you see this big swirling sort of like mosaic, like that fucking.
The
Spiral.
hypnotism spiral. kind
Yes,
of
that's
thing.
the black and white
Yeah.
sort of spiral.
Black and
yeah,
white, yeah,
spiral.
the
You can
spinning.
disappears in front of you, and it stops after a second, and the guy that was on this sort of like in this limelight on this sort of stage just vanishes, and you're now stuck to the floor. And you need to take a sanity roll, please.
I'm stuck in the floor.
Stuck onto the floor. You can't move.
Oh, okay.
You can't move. So, do a sanity roll, please.
Second out. Let's bring it back up.
Yeah, might keep it handy there.
Yeah.
So roll me a
Is that
D4 sanity you lose.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, D4.
D4.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, so you lose 3 sanity, and you then hear this chukadunk, like a clock, a big mechanical clock, and it's counting. It's going kajunk, kajunk,
Yeah.
kajunk. Okay. So Owen, Owen, what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to think because we saying that we had opened doors at the same time. So
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what door did you open? So.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I assumed the one,
Okay.
yeah, opposite. Cause
Okay, so
I assumed that it happened roughly the same time. Because I don't really want to go back in it and say, oh well, you know, I didn't open my door.
yeah, you opened number 3. So the room appears to be vacant.
Okay, well, seeing that, he'll spin around and just say, you know, having that happen at kind of the same, you know, same time,
Yeah.
and just say, oh, you know, DJ, this one's, and seeing him like stuck in there, he'll be not wanting to cross, but I'm gonna try and reach and grab a hold of DJ and like try and pull him out of the room and be like, come on, don't go in there.
Okay, so as you do that, the trance sort of breaks and DJ comes back. So he's freed.
And shut the door.
Okay.
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 So we met the Brannigan family, and who was in there?
That was the watch call. It was the
Magician or
magician or clown or something. Yeah, it was like a show.
Jonathan Bude, illusionist.
Illusionist. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
so we
sorry.
got Charlie Boy and Ty Clark, casino worker, left.
Okay. So it's back at another 2 rooms each.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
who's going first?
Do the same again, or do you want to go first?
Do the
Ben?
same again, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well do the same again.
Okay,
DJ.
so Mikey, DJ's first.
Yeah.
Okay, so DJ, and I'm just gonna roll your one, Owen or Ben.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Okay, it's a new result anyway.
So
Brannigan family again.
yeah, so
I
you
think it was number 5.
yeah, so you see so as you open, the Brannigan family are there swinging on their ropes. DJ, you get pulled into the room,
Okay.
and the door slams closed behind you. And there's this guy goes, roll him up, roll him up, roll him up. And he's sitting down at the table and he goes, sit yourself down there, sir. What's it going to be? And he rolls. So the best way to do this is go /or for roll /or.
4, 2, 6 is it?
And
Like
goes
craps, is it?
5d8.
Okay.
So he does that, and he gives you dice to roll, and he goes, roll them there, roll them there.
Okay, so it's /roll.
/or
Okay.
space 5d8.
5d8.
Yeah. Now on my one there, you see it comes up. I scored 23.
Yeah.
And you scored 32. So if you click on the 32 and if you click on the 23, it shows you the dice you rolled. So he
Ah,
goes. So he goes. You got a pair of sixes, but I got
3, 4.
3 4s. A 3 beats a 4 anytime. You take 1 hit point of damage. So you suddenly lose 1 damage. You lose 1 life point. He says, I'm being generous. And I goes, nah. So he goes, and he picks up the dice and goes, we're going again, my friend. So,
Jesus.
And Owen tried the door if
you try the door, and you open the door, and the door opens is...
I think that's
The door that opens is... You can see
Vacant, is it?
Charlie Grant. We'll come back to that in a moment because
yeah. I think
it's
that's
a separate thing. So, yeah, we have to roll. So it's or 5d8.
Okay.
And again, expand out your thing, and I'll expand out mine. So he goes, 3 sevens beats 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Nothing all day long. So take yourself 1 damage, so another hit point of damage.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why can't I take it out? There we go. Oh, I thought. Sorry, it's being weird for me. 1 second.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time two men have met in a motel room to expand their things.
Where's my HP?
And it won't be the last in Outcome.
Sorry, I adjusted it a minute ago, but I didn't adjust it. I mean, 2 seconds.
You can use, the thing, the little health box,
I don't have it. I can't see
little
it.
first aid box. It's over on the left.
Oh yes, sorry.
If you open
yeah,
that
yeah,
up, you
okay.
can go.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
can go down.
Yeah, just type a number and then up or down.
Yeah. So you're on.
Yep.
No, you couldn't be on 0.
Oh, I must have already done 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's do 2 up.
Because you were on 4. Yeah, so you're 2
Yeah,
left.
no.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay, goes. Come on again. He says, He says, I'll make it interesting since you're losing so much. He says, this time you can choose when you lose, whether you lose it off sanity or health.
Can I get up and walk away from the table?
He goes, I'll just roll for you.
Okay. I'll do sanity. So.
Okay.
5d8.
What did I get? So, what did I get? I got 22, wasn't it? I actually should click on own because it comes up as owns, which is better. So I got a pair of trees.
Okay, so I'm losing one sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't get it straight or anything there. Yeah. He goes, you're not very good at this game, are you, Sonny?
Sanity 35.
I'll give you. There are other ways to win this game or end this game, but anyway.
Oh yeah. I'll put my gun out and shoot him.
You can try that, yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
You're gonna shoot him, okay? Yeah. Just
Yeah.
you
His
shoot.
dice are loaded.
Yeah.
You obviously give him the, the De Niro in
Yeah.
Casino treatment. You take a hammer to his hand.
I'm just gonna shoot him. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So I just do like a normal roll because I've not in the target.
Yeah. Just do a normal roll. You're at point blank, so you can add a bonus dice.
Okay. So
And of
target
course-
dummy.
You
I'll do
find.
single shot.
Yeah, because then you get the advantage. So did you click on the?
Sorry.
You can click on the advantage.
So I go again. So will I?
Yeah. Go again. Yeah.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, yeah.
You see
Right,
this
single
advantage.
shot.
Yeah.
Single shot.
Actually.
Okay, take advantage.
Okay, so if you go, maybe I can do it for you, because fast, extreme range, yeah, there, it's done it now. Maybe I have to okay it, so you can go rogue firearms.
Same again. Alright, that's grand. So I shot him. So do I have to roll the dice now?
You got 29.
Yeah, mine's 20.
Oh, you can spend 9 luck to pass. You can.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do that though. Where's my? Choose my luck then, is it?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it for you. Spend 9.
5, 6. No, not 666.
Okay, and then you go roll damage.
Yeah.
And inflict pain. Takes 1 point of damage. Okay, right. So yeah, he takes 1 damage.
Okay.
Right. Okay, and he goes, "Come on now, we're gonna roll. We need to be rolling." So he
Jesus
rolls.
Christ.
He rolls again, and he goes, I don't like you shooting me in the head." And
Can
so
I
I've
flip
rolled.
the table?
You can. All right, but yeah, you can try doing that. Are you not gonna roll now?
Okay, roll. Because you roll for me anyway. 5d8. I'll go for sanity again.
And you got a pair of 2s. So he goes, "Hey, it looks like you won." Okay, so he goes. He's gonna roll the dice. So he picks up the dice again, and he's rolling his dice.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
I'll tell you afterwards if you haven't.
At your funeral.
Yeah.
Um,
So he got 3 4s.
can I just take his dice?
You can pick them up, yeah.
Okay.
He goes, hey,
Yeah.
hey, take your hands off my dice.
Right, I'll roll his dice.
Okay, so you're going to roll his dice, okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, you didn't get anything. Roll your own dice in future.
Okay, so I have to lose insanity, yeah?
Yeah. And he picks
Maybe.
up the dice again.
I don't want to actually. I don't want to speak. I don't want to make suggestions because Owen's not.
I got 3 7s there. Jesus Christ, you're rolling well on.
Apologies. First time Owen's rolled well.
yeah.
Really, for the most part.
Okay, so I can't leave the table, can I?
You haven't. It's up to you.
I thought I tried.
You tried to leave the
I
room.
think you tried, and he said, "Oh,
Yeah, I'll roll for you. He said, if you go walk away, I'll roll for you.
Okay,
could
yeah, look, I'll
try
leave
just
the table.
leave the room."
Okay, what are you doing?
Leave the room.
Okay, so have you got the dice, or did you leave the dice on the table?
I have the dice on the table.
Okay, so he picks up the dice from the table, and he rolls for you. And he goes, oh, 2 pair, hard luck. You lose a health or sanity, whichever one you wanted to do.
Sanity, yeah.
It's up to you.
Let's try for the door. Is the door visible?
Oh yeah, the door is visible, yeah. So he's picking up his dice and he's rolling again.
Right, I'm just going to try and run out the door.
Okay, the door is locked. The door doesn't open. And he goes, come
Right,
on,
yes,
sit back down. It's a standard sort of room. It's a square box. There isn't much in it. There's actually a little kitchenette type of thing, like a kitchen cooker that they come out. It's more like a bed sit, and there's like a bed pan, and there's a stand of water in the room. There's a little cooker. You know, like it's all sort of one contained.
I'm going to roll again.
Okay.
So it's like I can't think of anything else to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll for help this time for the crack.
We can decide afterwards.
Yeah.
Would he?
Slash R. Fuck me. Slash R 5D.
1, 2, 3.
3, 6.
He goes, oh, looks like neither of us got anything that time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so he's gonna roll again. And he goes, oh, you put some mojo on me. Oh no, I got 2 pair. It's 3s and 6s.
Nothing.
No, nothing. Okay, so he picks up the dice again.
Yeah.
And he rolls.
I'm going to do a Ben not so.
I was
Spidey is texting me.
He rolls 2 pair. Again, 7s and 1s.
Right, can I bet that if I win this roll that I can leave?
And he thinks about it. He goes, yeah, but... He goes, yeah, well, you rolled before I had agreed to that bet. So it's a
Okay.
good job you didn't roll anything. You got a pair of 3s.
Yeah, but you got 2 pair.
2 pair, yeah. So you lose again. And he goes, yeah, but next time, young man, when you make a bet like that, wait till you get the answer. So he rolls again. And he goes, pair of 6s to beat. He goes, and you want a little side wager, do you? He goes, well, if
Yeah.
you beat me and you want to leave the room, but if you lose, then I'm going to take all your health. That's if you want to do that.
Go on, fuck it. You're not going to be here indefinitely otherwise.
Okay. What did you get?
8, 2 8s,
And you got pair of 6s.
Pair of 6s.
pair of 8s, pair of 6s.
Pair of 6s. And he goes,
I don't know if high or low is good.
Oh, yeah, a pair of
Quite
8
like-
speeds, a pair of 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was, you know.
Yeah. So with that, he just sits there. He loses a health point, and the door opens.
Thank fuck he's down to 2 HP.
Okay,
Down
so
to 2 HP, and I think I lost like 10 sanity points. Or...
okay,
Now I'm going to assume
that you didn't close the door.
DJ's gonna come out of another like random door because I technically opened.
Yeah.
Gone into and it was the Charles
Yeah.
Grant's
So
room.
in a very Scooby Doo fashion, DJ comes out actually instantly after you. So DJ went in. You opened the door. You got a different room. You closed it again. You opened it. And you got Charlie. I say you opened the door. You got Charlie Grant's room, and straight away as you opened it, DJ opened the other door instantly. Practically, he's gone zero time in the room he'd spent.
It's so. Oh, it's just like Jesus Christ.
You go, how do you do that?
This is well. We found Charlie.
And you're obviously oblivious to what happened to.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
just
Even though you were
staggering out the
texting him.
door 'cause I'm like down to 2 HP.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. He's looking to hold him and.
There's probably only about 5 minutes of Charlie Grant's room. I know you wanted to finish 4 minutes ago.
That's cool. Yeah, we do that.
Okay.
Maybe just, I suppose it saves that everyone else can jump back in.
Yeah.
On the next thing, yeah. So, yeah.
You could have just taken the dice, destroyed them, at them, done anything to the dice would have actually. And he killing him actually, he didn't lose any HP, even though you only gave him 1 HP. He was. He only actually had 5. Anyway, but you just rolled so bad. And when I tested that earlier, they were coming up fairly.
Oh, I'm sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be like No,
Yes.
it was just very.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if
it
you
was
had
bad luck.
if you had gotten tree of a kind or a house or better at any stage, he would have instantly died.
Okay.
But you just
I
rolled
rolled
shit.
about 15 terrible rolls.
You terrible rolls,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
terrible. So okay.
It goes that way though.
It does, doesn't it? So when you open, so you've come out of the room and you've seen Ben Owen looking in this room, and in the room it's quite distressing. There's this pulsing of this vibrance. Actually, if you'd have walked into the empty room, there was no floor there. You'd have actually fallen through into Marge's room. By the way, but you closed the door. You never went in. So
Yeah, I didn't find. I was like, I don't know. I feel I was gonna get trapped in an empty room. Or
Yeah.
something.
So you open the door to Grant, and Grant's room is there, and you see this person whimpering in the corner, and you can see this portal, this distortion of time and space, and you can see out to planets is open there, and it's actually pulling stuff out of the room, and you can feel a draw on you out the room, and you can see Grant is in the corner, and he's whimpering, and he's shouting something, but you're a bit far away, you can't actually hear it at the moment.
I gotta plant my feet, and he's just gonna say, Grant. He's just gonna say, "Come on, with the doors,
So Grant just sort of looks up. He does hear something. You notice that the his artery has been cut down, sliced open his hand, and his blood is just sort of pouring out of him and going off into the void. And there's a huge amount is sort of just flying out into this portal, but it just seems to be endless amount is coming out of him. And he just shouts Tatum Finlay at you,
Tatum Finlay."
which
And that
Ye-
was.
that was the person that they were trying to find information on last week.
Okay.
So
I'm
yeah, go on.
worried about going into the room and getting pulled into the portal. Part of Owen is seeing this guy. Like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of the? Owen is thinking about just fucking blowing his head off and putting him out of his misery,
I
and
was
maybe
thinking
try
the
to
same
close
thing,
the
just shoot him.
portal. Shoot him.
Okay, you can try and shoot him.
I think so. He's gonna try and shoot him, and hopefully it will close because we look like we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like we can't get out of this corridor. I don't want to
Yeah.
go in there and get sucked out into whatever universe is
Yeah,
beyond
yeah.
that portal.
Yeah.
You know, and if his blood is his life force is feeding it,
Mhm.
he's gonna just try and he's gonna say to DJ, just try and fucking put him out of his misery.
Okay.
I think
We
so.
both,
Yeah.
we
he's gonna
both shoot at him at
aim
the same
at
time.
Yeah, you can both do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
suppose
Yeah.
we'll shoot,
So
yeah.
just go into your sheets and do your combat
Yep.
fire action. He is definitely in point blank range as well. So I'll add point blank range, and if you want to point blank range. Okay, so he's in point, so I've changed it for the two of you there.
Maybe I should ask him if he wants me to end it.
And he shouts, he starts raising his hand like that out. And then he starts shouting, Tatum Finlay.
Tatum Finlay, okay. Yeah, we can't. I mean, we can't get out of this place.
Okay, so
I think
Yeah, if I get, I'm gonna shoot. I missed an
we'll
it's
shoot. Did I? I thought I fired.
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
It was. Oh, it was still. No, yeah, no, it was. I thought it was targeting. Thing.
okay.
Okay, hard success. I don't know if that.
Yeah, go on, roll your damage.
What was the thing with the? Is the 4d6 for the point blank, right? And the damage dice on the shotgun gets
Yeah.
lesser and lesser, is it?
Exactly, yeah.
Because it has 4, 2, and 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
12.
12 damage. Okay, so with the 12 damage, which actually is enough, you actually blow his head off with the shotgun. You actually needed to do a serious amount of damage. You need to do more than 10 HP to actually kill him in one go. Otherwise, he was being kept alive by whatever. So his head just goes splatter. And just as just as you pull the trigger, he points and goes, Tatum Finlay. And his head just explodes. And as soon as that happens, the portal just sucks in on itself, and there's a type of sound. And you can feel all the walls of the building just sort of flexing and just going wow. And it's like reality's just pulled back to the building. And you fall forward, and Charles Grant is there missing his right side of his head, and he's just in a pool of blood. And you stench of all the death and decay that's happened in the room, just in the hotel, just hits you. So both take a sanity check there, please.
And credits.
Yeah, and credits. So.
Next time on American Gold.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, so.
Oh God. Hang on, let me. Oh, thank.
Okay, so Jeremy, it's a D6 you need to take on.
Yeah,
DJ.
I'm assuming am I
You're
taking
fine.
one anyway?
No, you're actually fine.
No.
It was 0 stroke
okay,
D6.
I thought that the some.
Yeah,
of
well, yeah, some of there are, and it's down to like
Yeah.
whatever. But you've rated
No,
out
I've gone
to
over my daily amount of.
Okay, you've gone over your daily amount. So now what you must do is you must make another. Sorry, it's an intelligence check, and you want to fail this.
Oh, this is the one to see if you're intelligent enough to comprehend what.
Yeah.
you're
So
seeing.
you are intelligent enough to comprehend what's after happening to you. So you are now temporarily insane.
Okay.
I'll come up with something for that when we take off.
Yeah.
Although you're finished
just
now,
peered
Mike.
into the realm of Nialth and
I'll be off for a while, yeah, because we're getting started for the wedding.
Yeah. So we probably won't have progressed more from the hotel room anyway.
Probably
So
not.
with that, actually, do you know what that works out fine? What you do is you have your mind breaks. You run out down the stairs. They seem to be working functional, and that's it. You're vanished into the sunset.
Good.
You're gone into the sunset. So Owen is left there in his room, bleeding from his stab wound, and looking at Charles Grant on the floor.
Lovely.
He can't blame DJ considering he did the same thing yesterday. Well, the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
No, yesterday.
Yeah,
Literally
exactly.
the day before.
Yeah.
Fair
Christ.
enough. I can't begrudge him
Running away.
running, screaming, and fucking bleeding from
Yeah.
horrors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Grant is on the ground dead. Do you want to do anything before we finish up? Because we'll probably not remember to do it next week.
I feel like all he would do is Owen would have a quick search of that room and then want to get the fuck out of there. So I might roll maybe now just to
Yeah.
for the sake of
Do yeah.
And is it just spot hidden, or is there? It's
If spot hidden, if you're looking for something that's hidden, and if there's an investigation, if there's something specifically that you're looking for, apart from just doing a spot hidden.
particularly, I mean, he's looking for more coins, and he's
Okay.
looking for occult. He's looking for spell books, incantation. Anything, anything that looks like occult that would be that might help us.
Okay, so the other thing as well is both of your mythos rating is gone up by 7. So I need to just add that onto your mythos rating for being exposed to these different things.
Mythos. Okay.
So if you want to both put on the 7, and I
Yeah.
think on you're probably best off with the spot hidden because there's nothing else specifically for looking for digging for gold.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think. I suppose he doesn't know exactly what he's looking for. He's
Okay, so yeah, you're looking around. You don't really notice anything. One thing you do spot is you spot the original document that Dr. Rhodes had a copy of, and
against his better judgment. He's grabbing that.
So you take that. So you also notice on the wall, like with the blood, he had that symbol drawn in his blood on the wall beside him, where the portal had opened. Now that the portal's closed, you can see it, and it's distorted and it got sort of moved all around when the portal closed. But it's clearly visible that that was there. Just for finishing up, you could have decapitating him. Actually, if you had made the incantation again without the blood, if you'd have called it out, the incantation, the portal would have closed. Decapitation or any sort of permanent, any minor damage, he would have healed from. So it needed to be like a decapitation or whatever. Like 10, what you got in the shotgun there, 12 was enough to kill him outright.
Yeah.
He 10 HP, like, so you had to kill him basically in one go, and you did.
At first, I was wondering, should I have just tried to take off his hand? But then I was thinking it's probably
he wouldn't have killed him.
More his life force. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have killed him. He wouldn't have died because, like, the amount of blood that he'd lost, he'd been there for days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
yeah.
assuming it wasn't just like, sever the hand, So.
Yeah. No, it was you would have had to do so much damage that. Which I was delighted you picked the bread knife up because the bread knife would have. You would have been able to sever his head with that bread knife.
Yeah.
But
it's not a bad melee weapon. It's a D6, like.
It's
plus,
a D6 plus 2, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah,
it's quite
big old big kitchen.
It's a big fucking cleaver, like she went at you with.
Yeah.
Didn't expect you to do that much damage because she's fuck all HP. He's just
one
shot would have probably blown her to bits.
That's it. It's like with the dice game.
8 shots.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So that's it. If you don't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you don't roll, like,
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, you're wrong.
8 shots at point blank range.
No. On a fat old woman.
Yeah.
We
this.
did fairly well. Yeah, we did fairly well. Like I think in the lighthouse at the beginning, like the first session, like we fought like a couple of the young deep ones, and it was like we didn't come out half as fucking straight.
It's a fat old one and the guy playing poker with you.
Yeah, exactly. Probably let you go, Mikey, then sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off. I was talk later.
Okay, Mikey, have a good one. Owen, have a good one. I'll shut down the recording anyway, so I will. So yeah, guys, have a good one.